Welcome to the United Man. We've got a special guest with us today. It is your boy JJ, aka Jonesy, again.
What's happening, lads? What's happening?
Thank you very much for being on the show again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Wanted to get your feel on a few things of
Yeah.
what's been going on over the past, say, 5-6 weeks since you last on it. There's been a fair bit happen. We didn't have any players signed or anything like that. But first thing I wanted to go over is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's impact. Just want your
Well,
general gist of what he's.
It's at the beginning. It was the tale of two types, wasn't it? He's come in immediately, had a massive impact, and changed the team around. Looked like he's put an energy in the team, and people want to play for him and stuff. And then as soon as a couple of results didn't go the right way, it seemed to go back to where it was under Mourinho at the end and stuff. But I think he has got a better energy about him, and I think the players want to play for him a lot more. I think the dressing room seems a lot more happy and stuff. Obviously, it's just
That's a good
it's
point.
a bit of fresh air, and it's like
Yeah,
he's got to give him his chance now with these signings and who else he's going to bring in and how the pre-season goes and trying to implement his style a bit more.
that's true. What you touched on it there in terms of when he came in, the performances went like that. What do you think? Because let's be honest, there's been Van Gaal's coming, that's not happened. Moyes coming, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Mourinho, one of the most successful managers, coming, that didn't happen. Why did that happen with Solskjaer, do you reckon?
I think he knew the players, didn't he, from younger
True,
and stuff.
true.
And a lot of the players was there when he was like around before and stuff, and watched him at Man U and know he's a through and through Man U person. So I don't know, maybe it's just a thing like that where it clicked a bit better. And I know obviously Alex Ferguson was behind him, helping him and
That's
stuff.
a good point. Yeah. He was in his corner.
Yeah. So I know he was rooting for Mourinho and the other managers as well, but I think just that.
Ollie's his boy. Innit?
Yeah, it's his boy, isn't it?
So that being said, now on the other side of the coin, obviously, what was it, 10, 11 games that we went on a mad run of winning games or
Yeah,
something like that?
unreal.
And then on the other side of it, we just went on a mad losing run. And
Yeah, won about 3 in like 13.
yeah, I mean, so again, what if any reason could you see behind that turn of events?
Turnaround. There's a couple of losses in there that I think just might have dented confidence and stuff, and then obviously near the end the Chelsea one was a big. If
Yeah.
we was in control of the game
Yeah, we
really,
was.
and we should have won that game.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I think finishing top 4 then would have been a totally different outlook on next season than maybe it has been this year. But at least he's got time to build, and Europa League's not really great for the legs and stuff with the games that they'll be playing, but it's still a competition in it in Europe at the end of the day, and we've won it before, so it could be another route through to the
Champions League, absolutely. Now, interesting point you mentioned in the Europa League there. Now, I've heard some other content creators saying they just play the kids and they don't want to be in the Europa League, and they just want to be knocked out straight away. They don't want to be a part of it. It's just
yeah.
it's a load more games that we don't need. What's your thought towards that? Would you rather us be out or just win any competition we're in?
Well, yeah, any competition that you're in, you're looking to win it, yeah. As look, Man City done it last year. They tried to win every competition,
Yeah,
and look, they got the treble, and no one got the domestic treble before, which is
True,
a massive thing.
true,
Obviously,
true.
it's not a nice thing.
we're
Yeah,
not a City. We're fully against it, but we do recognise achievements when they happen. Now, I know everyone jumps on the Pep Guardiola wagon. For me, if Ollie turns this ship around, right,
Yeah.
and takes us from 6th to winning the league in 3 or 4 years, say, for me, he's a better manager than Guardiola because, and I'll explain that, and that's a big statement, I know, but I'll explain that, and that's just purely based on Guardiola. He started off at Barcelona with Messi, Ronaldinho, and Samuel Eto'o. He then went on to Bayern Munich, who the season before won the treble. So that's the Bundesliga, the Champions League, and the German Super Cup. And then from there, he's gone on to Man City
Yeah.
with Aguero, De Bruyne, all them boys in place.
I've,
He's spent a load of money. He's had money wherever he's gone. He's had world-class players wherever he's gone. So
Yeah.
my argument is, there's a lot of people that he went into favourable situations
Yeah.
more than anyone. with the best players in the world. Wherever he went, he had the best players in the world, or in that league, so to speak.
And in his first season at Man City, he didn't achieve anything. Like,
My point is, yes, I'm saying it on camera. If Solskjaer, the next 3 to 4 years, gets us back to winning
it'd be
ways,
a much bigger achievement, 100%.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a much bigger achievement. That's a much harder situation. Hence, if Guardiola was such a good manager, why has he not gone into a situation like that?
I think it's just a winning mentality. I think he needs the funds and he wants people to play a certain way. If they're not to that high standards, I don't think it really interests him.
So then he couldn't do the
I
job.
don't know if I don't know if like the rebuild at Man City wasn't nowhere near as big as the rebuild at Man U.
No way, because you had several managers in before Guardiola, and like I said, world-class players there.
Yeah.
The stadium there, all that jazz. But like I said, that's just the mammoth task that sort of sits in front of Solskjaer at the moment. But
Mammoth.
it's a massive one. Another subject I did want to touch on was getting your opinion on the transfers that we've got in or ongoing and likely to happen within the next few weeks. Obviously, what is it, 4 weeks now that we've got, less than 4 weeks before the transfer window shuts, and we've got in so far Daniel James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and indeed Harry Maguire on the horizon, it would seem. Daniel James being the first one, what do you think of him so far?
He's a hungry player, and we spoke about him in the last video, didn't we?
Yeah.
He seems hungry, he's got a lot of potential, he seems to be impressing in training and things and pre-season, so I don't see it as being a bad signing at all. We didn't pay stupid money for him.
Yeah.
We need hungry young players who want to play for Man United,
Yeah,
not
true.
people who come in, take a nice wage packet. If they're on the bench, they ain't bothered and whatever.
That's a good
Wan-Bissaka again, probably he was defensively the best right back in the league last year. Maybe not going forward, but it's something that you can work with, isn't it?
You can obviously teach defending, but it's something harder. You've either kind of got it defensively or you don't.
He reads the game well. Defensively, for a young lad, he reads the game so well. And his tackling ability is unreal. He don't get took on at all, hardly.
Yeah. I remember seeing him against Man City. It was one of the games for Crystal Palace, and him against Leroy Sané. And we all know Leroy Sané is a trickster. He's rapid, and he just literally had him in his pocket. And even against Rashford,
he seems to be.
He kept Rashford quiet as well.
You could have said that about near enough every
everyone.
In the
Yeah,
league,
literally.
sure,
You're right. You're absolutely right. And that was his full debut season, weren't it? So
yeah.
I think we've signed a good one in Wan-Bissaka as well. I remember seeing him. Watching some of the highlights of training, and his signature sliding and hanging out his leg, and just hooking the ball away. And I think Juan Mata was saying you think you passed him, and his leg just comes round.
He done it in the pre-season game against Perth.
I think that was it. When he signed for Man United, one of his interviews, he was saying, for him, making a tackle like that is like scoring a goal. He loves it, and I loved hearing that. I absolutely loved hearing that. That's where you see, if you like,
it's the art of defending.
It really is. It really is. It's they love it. They want to defend defenders
There's
first.
A passion for it, you know?
Yeah. And when he was going through his stats as well about this interception you ranked first, tackles, all that kind of stuff. Clearances, blocks. He's ranking top in all these.
All of them.
And he was saying, if I go through my whole career doing that, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Because he loves it. And I'd love that. I mean, you think we've not had a right back really and truly since Gary Neville, and obviously Gary Neville was on the decline.
For me, Valencia was a quality right back.
He was.
I'll
give him 2 seasons. I'll give him 2 seasons.
He wasn't a natural right back, but I think for a few seasons he was one of the best right backs in the world.
I know Mourinho called him that at one point, didn't he? And I know Mourinho called him that, but I always felt like, not because he wasn't naturally a right back, there was always some form of compensation whereby he had the physical tools to
his
for sure. Yeah, his physical tools were there, no doubt. But he was always. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he did.
I think the first season or two, he wasn't amazing, but then I think he's learnt the trade a bit.
He did learn the trade. That's why I say I'll give him 2 seasons when he was playing there, where he's like, okay, cool, we're all right there. Then Ashley Young took over. Ashley Young took.
To be honest though, when he played left back, he was good.
Yeah, I was gonna say left back. He got
He
voted the
seems-
best left back in the world last year in the World Cup. That was madness.
And look how quick that declines. It's
It's
people
true.
are fickle in that sense, but look, at right back, it's never seemed to work for him.
Nah, and I don't know why.
I think his main attribute is his passing ability, and then when he was at right back, having to cut in with his left and things wasn't
Yeah, true.
ideal. But cutting in off the left, he was much better. I think he might play Martial up top at times as well.
Instead of Rashford.
I think they'll
For
rotate
me,
all of
yeah,
them.
for me, Martial, said it before, say it again. I think Martial was the best finisher in the club.
Yeah, one-on-ones and stuff.
Yeah.
100%.
Rashford is more of a handful in terms of overall, I suppose. But as a finisher, I think it's Martial really and truly. When I was looking at his stats when he first joined, he played majority of his games bar 5 or 6 off that left side.
Yeah.
I think he played one up top and the rest were on the right. So yeah, 95% of the time he's on that left side. So and he's effective, obviously.
Natural left foot.
I suppose he's got pace, Daniel James, though, which is scary
Just
for anyone.
a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Giggsy called him the quickest players, the fastest player he's ever seen throughout Giggsy's career. Can you imagine that?
That's a big compliment.
Coming from Giggsy.
Mm,
I was like, if that's the case, then...
that's the only thing. I don't want that pressure to be. He's the next Ryan
I
Giggs.
think that's why Solskjaer come out and said from the beginning he's not going to be starting.
Yeah, and I think he understands that it's a development one. And look, going back to the Europa League games and stuff, that's when you're playing him. And to be honest, it's not really much of a step down.
Yeah, it's not going to affect anything in terms of... Listen, yeah, as much as we'd like to win the competition we're in the grand scheme of things, it's not really going to be a negative if something happens, you know what I mean, and we go out for whatever reason. So yeah, I'll agree with that. Now, in all the newspapers, Sky Sports, all that jazz, the name of Harry Maguire is synonymous with Man United at the moment.
Well, I read last night that we haven't had a bid that's anywhere near their 80 million valuation, so I don't know how much legs it's got, but
90 million, I hear Leicester are asking for. 90 million.
now.
Are you happy with that?
I think that's a joke.
So, if Man United, so I know they've said they're looking for a bigger transfer fee than what Liverpool paid for Van Dijk, which was 75 million.
Yeah, so you're saying 75.1. At a push.
At a push, that's
nice.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah. I can't see the Koulibaly deal going through either now because they seem to be a bit distant on that one as well.
Yeah,
So
I know Ancelotti come out. He was saying it in a joking manner when he said it, but Ancelotti come out. That's the Napoli manager, for those of you not sure. He come out and said if Napoli sell Koulibaly, he's handing his notice. So, what do you do with that?
yeah.
And I'm not happy. I'm not happy because for me, as you know, my number one choice defender would have been Koulibaly.
Yeah.
It's not
I
looking
think
likely.
Maguire is only 26 though.
Yeah.
So he has got
A bit more time on his side.
So if we pay, I don't know, if it does go up to 75 or whatever it be, we can get the value out of him. I think.
Yeah.
It's somewhere that we need, and
yeah, you're not going to get away from it, are you?
he's English, and being Man United, you're always paying over the odds for whoever you're going to buy.
You're not going to get away from it, are you?
So add the two together. That's why people are throwing stupid numbers in the mix. But
I just but I think at the beginning of the season, when Woodward, before the season end, was it at the end of this season? Yeah, I think it was the end of the season, before the transfer window opened. Woodward come out and said basically he's going to use Man United's financial muscle to reshape the squad. So that's, for me, is saying to the rest of the world, we've got loads of money, as they already knew.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We're going to come after your players, so everyone else is going to say, right, let's add another 40% to whatever you're going to bid.
Of course.
And I think that's why we struggled so much. So for me, that was partly Woodward's fault. But there you go. But what do you think as Maguire as a leading centre back?
I think it's. I think him and Lindelof together would be good partnership.
Formidable or just good?
Right. I don't know. I think Lindelof's progressed, hasn't he, last year
Yes,
and
yeah,
stuff?
he has.
And
For me, he was my player of the year, not Luke Shaw. My
Yeah.
opinion. My opinion.
yeah, that's what I said. And I think Maguire has proven over the last few years in the Premier League that he is one of the top centre backs in the Premier League.
Yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
know why them two can't be. But there's talk of Lindelof going to Barcelona and stuff. So
Well, Lindelof's come out and squashed that.
yeah, well,
Anyway,
he said he loves
so
being a
yeah.
Man U player and stuff.
And I think he's going to give Pogba the captaincy if he stays. What do you
Yeah.
reckon to that? To a
Don't
one
know.
away.
It depends how the conversation's been going behind the scenes, but
Mm,
it don't bode well for the rest of the team seeing that if your leader wants to leave. But then you're also going to give it to De Gea. He wants to leave maybe. Young isn't going to be starting, so he ain't captain. Valencia's looking gone. He
yeah,
can't
he's
be
gone,
captain.
yeah. Do you know
There's not many people that you could give it
There
to,
isn't.
really.
there isn't Maguire would be a contender, but you can't just give it to the person that's walked in the door.
Yeah, so
So
the Pogba thing, when you look at it that way, it don't look as bad, I think. I think if we had nailed down person that should be captain, then it would be a bit disrespectful to just give it to Paul, but
true. I just don't think there's two. Who else? Who else is there as a candidate? It's not going to be Matic, obviously.
Matt is not going to play enough games, but I think he's probably one of the most mature players.
Yeah,
who's
yeah, you're
going to
right.
be getting some games, but he's not going to play every week either.
Yeah, you're right. Mata for me, I was glad by the way, we kept Mata.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I was hearing, they were saying, "Oh, why have we?" He took a pay reduction as well.
Yeah.
Gutted we lost Herrera, but for me, I'm glad we've kept Mata
Yeah.
at least because his attitude as a player and as a mentor crucial, I think, as well. So
Yeah, for me, I'd have done everything possible to keep Herrera, and I would have given him the captaincy, to be honest, and just hope that he'd stay there for the next 4 or 5
I think
years.
he would have.
I think he wanted to,
I think they undercut him so much because they offered him a pay reduction as well.
Yeah.
But they undercut him so much because when he went to PSG, he said, "Look, I wanted to stay, but they offered me a ridiculous wage."
Yeah.
Whereas you give him Sanchez how
What?
much a week?
And now we've got to find someone who's able to replace him.
He embodied
that
Man
fame.
United, man. He embodied
Yeah.
Man United. He really did. Them two boys, Mata and Herrera, they bought into the Man United ethos
Yeah, passionate, ran their asses off every week for the
all the
team.
time. All the time. I've just
Put themselves up. Well, Matt's not that type of player, but Herrera put himself about all game, every game. Could see the passion in his face. So
I remember when he marked out.
Hazard.
Yes,
That game,
yeah. That set he sacrificed everything else of his game to stop one man, and he
Yeah.
marked him out of the game.
That's it.
That just for me that showed not only that how he he said I know your blood's red, but he said he bleeds red. He
Yeah.
bleeds Man United. Do you know what I mean? So why are you going to let someone like that go?
That's a bit. That type of people you should be building your team around.
Exactly. Moving on, if we touch on the Bruno Fernandes thing, and what do you think to that? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you not think it's going to happen?
I can't see it happening really unless Pogba goes. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, I think if we're gonna spend 80 mil, I know we've got money to spend. If we spend 80 mil on Maguire, and I think he's still looking for a winger. So
It's how much money did we have an initiative to spend, isn't it?
And
Without
it's not
selling.
like we haven't spent money over the last few years. Managers
it's
have
true.
come in, spent money, and it ain't worked out, and people have been moved on or not really.
True. Well, that's the thing though as well. When we have been buying players, we seem to be holding on to them, like because of the ridiculous contracts that we give them.
Yeah, it's hard to move on when no one else is willing to pay
Hey,
that money.
yeah. I just that's why the people sitting in the money rooms, fair enough. Whatever you're doing, you're looking after the club's finances, which is obviously doing really well.
Yeah.
But for me, it's what's happening on the pitch, and because what's happening in the money rooms is affecting on the pitch now because you can't then move these players on. So
Yeah.
need to restructure that, but that's another video for another day.
As I say, I think unless Pogba goes, I can't see us getting Fernandes, to be honest.
So what about, obviously, because we've got rid of Herrera, do you think Fred's going to step up, or do you think we're going to try and sign another central midfielder to replace Herrera going?
I think he'll give McTominay a lot more games again, even though he was getting played quite a bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's got to give Fred another chance now, isn't he? I mean,
50 mil last season,
yeah, it's
last summer, sorry.
he was a quality player. Like, I know he's only playing at Shakhtar Donetsk, but you don't just become a bad player overnight.
So
But I think it's just maybe just getting up to pace with the Prem. Maybe he's had his season now. Get a pre-season under his belt. Hopefully he steps up because he has got a lot of energy, and hopefully he can be maybe a bit similar to a Herrera.
Yeah.
But
Well, if you look at some of the players traditionally that's come in, had a poor first season or a mediocre first season, looking at Vidic, Evra. I remember when them two played against Man City, one of the derbies, we just got terrorised because they weren't used to the speed of the Premier League and whatnot. And they went on to be Man United legends. So I think you've got to look at Victor Lindelof.
yeah, of course.
Last season, he had a mediocre first season and a really good second season, looking to push on. And now he's the only defender whose name is safe.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Eric Boy needs to step up again. When he first signed this...
I thought it was immense when he...
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Can't stay off the injury table?
Yeah,
can't stay off the injury table or red cards.
It. He's lucky he's that physical, he injures himself
every time. And that's something that happened to Phil Jones and has never stopped happening to Phil Jones. That's why I don't think it's going to change with Baye, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned a right winger. Anyone come to mind?
For me, with VAR coming in as well, and I think with the deal that we had with the Salon clause with Zaha, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, like if we've still got the 25% thing in there as well. But I don't know if he wants to come back or not. But for me, he's the type of player with this VAR coming in. He's tricky, he's speedy. He seems like a main player in the Premier League now. Whereas when he signed for Man U, he had potential, but I think we didn't give him enough chances at all. And now, since he's been back at Palace, where you see that without him playing...
Most fouled player, along with him and Hazard. Yeah.
And if he gets in the box, he's
getting
a kick.
You're right. Yeah. And he can carry the ball, which is crucial. He can carry the
ball, he can score goals. I think he's a lot stronger than when he first signed for Man United.
Absolutely.
Physically, he's a lot better than that. I think his game management's become better. And, as I say, with that 25% clause, I think we can get him for a lot cheaper than...
Yeah, we would be able to. We would be able to. So it's either that or...
And he's a proven Premier League player.
That's true. And you can see, what was the stat when he's not playing for Crystal Palace? What was it? They've only won 20% of games when he's not played or something like that.
Yeah, so, ridiculous.
But that just goes to show the influence that he has. The big one, Pogba. Mr. Pogba. What do you reckon to him? Staying, leaving, staying?
Well,
do you want him to stay? Do you want him to go?
You don't want people staying if they really don't want to stay. But I think if his professional side is there still and he trains hard and puts everything in for the team, which at times last season it didn't look like he did. But when he actually turned up, he was obviously our best player by a mile. He was our world-class player in that team a lot of the time. Yeah. And his assists and stuff show that. I know he scored a lot of penalties and whatever, so his goal scoring looked a lot better than maybe it actually was.
Yeah.
But you still got to score.
Still got to score him.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be the penalty taker. So.
Yeah, of course. But I think he needs someone around him that's just gonna look like a Kante. For when he plays for France, it's different. He's got people around him and he's just got the freedom to go and do what he wants to do. And if he's going to turn up every week and he gets his head down and Solskjaer speaks to him and stuff, obviously you'd want him to stay.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose world-class players and then for him to go Real Madrid or Juve and then show everyone how good he actually is when he's in a team that caters for him.
Well, that's the thing. One of my previous videos I put on there, I've done a Pogba must go video, and that was purely based on pretty much what you've said is, look, if he's going to be a moper and he's not going to have a certain level of professionalism and he's going to be bringing the demeanour down of the rest of the team, then you've kind of got no choice. I just think with Pogba, it's been that way since he's been back. Because we expect so much, me included, because we expect so much of him, because we know what he can do, what he's done at Juventus, what he does for France.
The thing is, at France, you got world-class players in there enough in every position. It's a big difference.
I think, for me, if I was Woodward and Solskjaer, I'd be busting a gut to get this player in, that player in, that player in, and go to Pogba and say, look, Look what we've surrounded you with now.
Yeah.
This is what we're trying to build. This is what we're on about. Not, oh, please stay. Here's 450 grand, or there's a captaincy armband. For me, I'd be showing,
Yeah.
I'd be proving we're serious about this. Look at what we've done. Look who we've brought in, and this is who else we're looking to bring in. That would be my thing. That'd be my pitch to Pogba.
Yeah.
Bring alongside him
Yeah.
world class players. Bring in someone that is another Kante.
Or people that's proven in the Prem, like Ndidi. at
Ndidi,
Leicester,
listen.
under the radar.
Go and give less than 200 million for Ndidi and Maguire. I couldn't care less, man. Do you know the difference that's going to make for us then?
Yeah.
And Pogba's going to look behind him like, okay, now I'm ready. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That kind of thing.
While
So
we're at it, throw T Elements in.
Yeah,
You know, all of them.
I'm Tillmans. Listen, for me, there was something in that because I believed that Man United were in for Tillmans. For me, Leicester said, "You're not having Harry Maguire if you go and get Tillmans."
Mhm.
Because why would we not go and get Tillmans?
Yeah, it's a big rebuild for them, isn't it? Just as they're starting to get to a level now.
Which they are. James Maddison as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind nicking him as well.
Yeah.
250 million.
Yeah.
And Ndidi, Maguire, James Maddison. Yeah. Oh, and Tillmans. That's... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Just swap badges.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, where do you think we'll finish next season?
Well,
That's a big one.
basically based on the fact that Chelsea and Arsenal can't really do it no business by the looks of it, so I think we'll finish fourth.
I think that's crucial.
Possibly
I
third.
think that's crucial. Arsenal ain't got no money. Chelsea can't sign anyone logistically,
Hazard leaving
Hazard.
Chelsea, it's massive.
and they can't get anyone to replace
Yeah,
him.
and then they've got. I know Lampard. It's one of them ones. It could be like a Solskjaer
Solskjaer,
situation, but
yeah.
they was trying to implement a way of playing last year, and now that's probably just got through out the window, and
True.
they're having to build around a new style completely under Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
I think it might take them a couple of years to get to where they want to be.
So you reckon we'll leapfrog Chelsea and potentially Arsenal?
Yeah, and then it's the Spurs situation. I don't really know because I don't know who they're going to be keeping hold of. Or obviously there's all that
Eriksen.
and whatever.
Well, they bought
else.
that in Dembele, didn't they?
Yeah,
It's another bloody one. You know what I mean? That's another one. But oh my gosh,
yeah.
I've looked at that Nicolas Pepe actually at Lyon.
PSG are favourites, aren't
Are they? Don't surprise me.
they? Yeah.
Anyway, this was your transfer and summer summary update. So thank you very much to JJ for co-hosting it with me again.
Thanks for having me.
Always